Hi everyone, this is Bobby from bn-games.com, and we're here doing another classic capture. Today we're playing Mobile Light Force for the PlayStation 1, which is actually not its well-known name. It's actually known as Gunbird, which was released on the Sega Saturn on the same day as the PlayStation 1, which was December 15th, 1995. This is shmup or shooter, whatever you want to call it, whatever your preference is. And like I said, this is the PlayStation 1 version. So according to Wikipedia, because I don't have the Sega Saturn version, the original game was about telling a story of how the protagonists collect pieces of a magic mirror to make a wish.
That sounds makes sense.
Yeah. Since I've never played the Saturn version as of this video, I didn't know that, because that was all ripped out of the PlayStation port.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just a whole lot of shooting.
It was just like pick these colorful characters and shoot things.
How do we Americanize it? Better add some women and laser beams and fire.
That was Charlie's Angels anime.
Yes.
Raging females.
Yes.
And when you get to the character selection, like, is this a different game?
Absolutely different.
Yeah.
It's the center one that's the one.
MILF 2000.
Yeah.
This is actually me and Tino playing. Marco and Mike actually played a good deal of it themselves, but I don't remember which one he picked. Yeah, it was the old man. So, yeah. Okay. So there's no story, there's no context, you just shoot things and deal with long load times. We're playing this on the PlayStation 3, which, you know, plays PlayStation 1 games. I can only imagine how slow this thing loaded on the PlayStation 1. Because you'll notice when we get to a boss, it freezes.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't notice the hiccups?
I did.
When it slows down, it's like, and the music stops. You're like, what's going on? As a shooter, it's pretty good. I think it was saying it reminded me of Metal Slug. A lot of the art style, or at least the mecha, and the way things blow up, remind me of.
I don't know, but when I was playing it, just felt like I was playing Guitar Hero. The constant moving down.
Yeah,
or climbing.
That's all shooters.
I know. But I had that effect after.
Yeah, no, I do agree with Bobby though that the characters feel very Metal Slug-esque. At least the bosses do.
Yeah, this was also released on the PlayStation Network in 2009. You can download it. It's a PS1 classic. But let me tell you. So, let me give you some comparisons. The Sega Saturn version obviously kept all the story, and it kept fan work art and a bunch of other features. You know, it was a better game. In fact, I think it was originally for the Saturn, probably ported to the PlayStation 1 initially during development. Whatever the case may be, I have no way of verifying that. Let's just talk prices. So the Sega Saturn version of Gunbird averages, buy it now on eBay, for $27 to $35. If you get the import with the spine and everything, $35 to $40, right? This game, this being the US NTSC release, I got for $2. And if you go on eBay and look this up, it's $2. You know, that's the thing. Other than RPGs, I can't think of any other genre where the depreciation value is so low. You know, I can't think of anything else. RPGs are always the highest. You know, like Panzer Dragoon Saga is like still $300 for Sega Saturn. At least the American version is. And shooters always tend to be Ikaruga is like $70, $80. Radiant Silvergun is $100, $150. Reds for the PS2, kind of call it a shooter. That's still like, that thing goes up depending.
What do we see it for? 75? It was.
Well, 35.
It has come down. But as old as those games are, and for the platforms that are technically defunct, they still cost a lot of money. They cost more than most other games for other consoles. So you can pick this game up for $2. And all you are lacking is probably a lackluster story anyway. You know, you could say, well, Bobby, you didn't play it. How do you know that? I can tell you that I'm probably going to think that anyway, knowing me. I'm going to be, don't care, need to get to shooting. How fast can we get to the best this load screen? You know, I don't understand the rabbit with the watch either. I'm sure there's a story context to him.
Yeah, they probably just didn't take him out or anything.
The boss from this level is my favorite of all of them, actually. I don't think we get to your favorite boss, though. I'm not sure. In fact, this one has been sitting on the back burner. I got the game, I couldn't believe my luck. I was like, wow, $2, and I saw, wow, they're all too. Then I got it in the case and everything. I actually happened to pick up the part 2, which is known as Mobile Light Force 2, or Gunbird 2, depending on the platform. Mobile Light Force 2 came out on the PS2, and I got that for $4 complete. So I was just looking to see if there are any more in the series, and I happened to find that this one was. I had never played this before, or the other one. So 1 and 2 US releases for the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 respectively. You can pick up both with shipping from eBay for about $10. It's amazing. Obviously, they're not the best versions. I mean, the Saturn version is going to have your story mode and your artwork and all that. And if you really care about that, the Saturn version is going to be the one you need to get. There is a PlayStation 2 collection of Gunbird 1 and 2. I believe they're in their proper form, ported, but that was a Japanese and PAL release. I might be wrong about PAL, but no, definitely Japan. Gunbird 2 actually was released properly on the Sega Dreamcast. And that game ranges from $40 to $50. So, if you can deal without the story and the artwork, you save yourself, you get yourself a 90% discount just by saving those little bits that, for a game like this, really don't matter.
I gotta say, after having played 2, I actually like this one a lot more.
I like part 1 better.
Yeah.
Part 2 is weird, and that'll be its own video.
There's something about the way it handles. It actually plays really well, where 2 doesn't. 2 does not handle as well. It's not as fun, I think.
Yeah. No.
There's something about it. I mean, visually it looks obviously better because...
I disagree. It has its own art style. I like this better. I like this. This is, from a shooter perspective, I prefer this. What do you think, Mike?
No, part 2 was actually harder.
Yes,
harder.
Part 2 was a lot harder.
This one, I tweaked the settings a little bit, but it's basically almost gave us infinite continues.
We had it actually, didn't we? Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
So basic mechanics, just like any other shooter, you shoot, you get power-ups fill up the screen, you get bombs. This game is very generous with bombs. In fact, it's almost impossible to clear up bosses without bombs. I would say it is, unless you're some kind of...
I gotta say, there was a consequence to being greedy with the power-up, because as soon as you got them all, you died.
Oh, for sure.
Well, yeah, if you started flying at the mouth.
I really like the specials that they have. Particularly, well, I was playing as a witch. I like that cross.
Yeah.
What did the one?
Bobby's using the one you played with.
Yeah. What did you use, Mike?
The 2000.
What was yours?
It was like laser
Mine
beams.
was that laser beams across the whole entire map.
Like multi-laser beams, right?
This is Da Vinci's metallic flying machine.
Right,
Da Vinci. No, it's close to Da Vinci's drawing.
It's Da Vinci's drawing. It's closer.
There is a dragon, so Mike was automatically sold. Although he had to shoot it, he was not happy about that.
No,
if you know Mike in dragons, it's unnatural.
Yeah, look at my time. Yeah, okay.
So, I don't really know. There's not much else to say. There's the history about of the differences between the PS1 and Sega Saturn ports. I personally, I'm a collector, so I'll eventually have the Saturn version. But if you're just looking for a quick shooter for the price, if you have PS1, if you have PS2 or PS3, it doesn't matter. It'll play. And it's 2-player. We're playing co-op. If you're a fan of Metal Slug, I think if you're a fan of Metal Slug, you'll probably appreciate the artwork a little bit more than anybody else. It does have an old SNK feel, I think, a little bit. Definitely, certainly Metal Slug. Some of the bosses get kind of weird, but and without any, you don't need context. You don't need story. You're shooting. You're a witch on a broomstick firing laser beams.
Oh, here we go.
Do you really need a story?
I can do some of my favorite.
Yeah.
No,
Yes,
Tenochtitlan?
Tenochtitlan.
It's a plotter. Oh, I got it right this time.
Mike was all, yes, this time. Hey, like the same part.
Yeah.
Mike was all like, oh, this is my favorite part. Didn't need any hard stuff.
He was like, they're accurately portraying my people. We had floating Aztec heads.
with laser
Yes.
red laser beams, so that's his favorite.
I do like the enemies a lot. I gotta say, it's a very interesting enemy design. Very, very weird in Japanese, if I dare say.
There's one other thing. There's only one other thing that kind of bothers me is at a certain point, bosses repeat themselves and levels start to repeat themselves, and you pretty much can play this game if you get good at it almost indefinitely. It's like this as a never-ending thing, and eventually, as Valentino, I'm like, man, you know, yeah, I played all this already. It's time to move on to something else, you know? But overall, for $2 you can't go wrong. I mean, average price $2. I mean, you might have to pay a little bit more. Maybe once this video comes out, it'll be a cult classic eventually. It's like, oh, it's only $2, you know?
Oh, is that this one?
No, the
What's the next
dragon.
one,
I think it might be later. I'm not sure.
Because Yase Calendar came out.
But regardless of that, we'll leave it here. I mean, there's not much more to say. Like I said, definitely worth your time and money. And Mobile Light Force 2 will be another video for another time. I'll just tell you, that you can get both of them for like $10. Definitely do so. Even if you get the Japanese collection, the Sega Saturn. Well, Sega Saturn can get the first one. If you can get this one, I mean not Sega Saturn, Dreamcast can get the first one. But if you can get this one for the same price, which I'm telling you can. I would say pick it up. So anyway, we'll leave it here. Please subscribe and let us know what you think. Thank you.
MILF 2000.
Thank you.